What it do, surprise Shawty crew, and hey my daisy love. So I know it's been a minute since I recorded a video, and this is one that I tried to type up the other day and then it got deleted, so I was like, well, let me just show them my face and record it. It was about accusations and audits and like charges being brought on you in the spirit. And so I kind of hit on it a little bit in the community post that I put up this morning, but I know I've reshared a lot of stuff too, so you'd have to do a little searching to find it. But I dreamt on last Saturday that it was really giving like witch, like, but you know, like an unclean spirit. She was trying to audit me, like in my dream, like in the spirit realm. And I was like, you know, like, what grounds you got to be auditing me? Like, what real authority do you have to be auditing me? And so I told her that in the dream, and I proceeded. A lot of my dreams lately in this season of my life has been like, I see something or I've noticed something, but I continue on. And I gotta thank God for that too, because it used to be a time and place in my life where any allegations, accusations, or anything like that coming against me, it would make me stop. And so in the dreams, I've even been kind of like addressing it and moving forward. So that was last week, and I tried to write the post, I think on Wednesday, and it got deleted, and I was like, well, I'll just make the video. Okay, the other night I dreamt that this lady was trying to bring charges on me, but she was bringing the charges, like she was presenting them to like angels. And so in the dream, I knew they were angels, even though they look like, you know, like people. But in the dream, I was in the beginning very worked up because I was like, she's lying. And I've been in so many places in my life. They are lying. They are making it up and feeling like nobody believes me. But I'm not in that place no more. Like, if I don't know nothing else, I know that God really is like the ultimate judge, and vengeance really is his. And one of the other things I shared this morning was, I'm picking up on a recurring theme of, you might have let it go. You might have already moved forward. You forgave them, whatever. That's good, because that was your heart, right? But God is still going to deal with the people who dealt with you foul. He do still want you to forgive and move on, but he don't forget. He saw that, right? And he don't be playing. So even when people think they ain't got away with something, they haven't gotten away. And he reminded me of another dream I had where I really had moved on in my life, but this person that had did something to me, they had this really bad car accident, and God was telling me the consequences were going to be like grave to what they did to me, and they think they got away with it, and they didn't get away with it, right? And so he showed it to me as a car accident because it represents life. And so even though we had moved on from the situation, they still had a consequence. Okay, so in this other dream that I was telling you about, because I know this went off on a tangent, she was bringing these allegations, like trying to charge me. And so I was so used to being in a certain state, I was telling them like, she's lying, like trying to tell them like, she's lying on me, look at her character. Like, I was trying to do all of this in a dream, and they was just kind of laughing and smiling. I think that's why I can release this to y'all in good spirits, and just, I know how it plays out, right? And they were like, we know. They were like, look at how she tried to come over here and point out everything wrong with you. Look at how she came over here, ran over here to us, trying to do this and that. She's manipulative. She's controlling. They were telling me all these things. They were like, you don't think that we know that? And I'm like, oh. And so even in the dream, like, I relaxed, I calmed down. They were like, we know. Like, it was nothing for me to be worried about. Like, and they see it. Like, they know people's intentions. Even if it don't look like that, they know. In heaven, they know, right? And so one of the people she was essentially trying to like pull forward, like, as a witness, and I wasn't in a courtroom in any of these dreams, but one of the people she was trying to use, like just ask her about how her character or whatever. It was somebody else who also has terrible character, and they're manipulative, they're controlling, all of that. So you got to pay attention to that. Like, who is even agreeing, siding with them? What are they like? What is their character like? What is their heart like? What are their intentions like, right? So those are the two dreams. And so when I had wrote out the post, I had told y'all, well, it said audits, accusations, and charges, but now I know that the A word that goes with that is allegations. So audits, accusations, and allegations, whether physically or spiritually, because I know I'm also tied to people who do go through different legal proceedings and stuff too, right? Whether spiritually or physically, it's not going to stick. They're not going to take hold or keep a hold on your life. Why? Because God has the final say. And if God be for us, who could be against us? And I know in certain situations and circumstances, it can kind of be like, okay, then why are you letting it play out like this? Why are you letting it play out this long, God? But at the end of the day, it's going to reveal that you are God's child. And so they could try to do whatever they want. Y'all have gone through so much. Your boss can try to do whatever, whether that's withhold from you, say you're not deserving of something, try to fire you. It don't matter. God has the final say. It does not stick. Okay, and that was stuff that I was going through in real physical life, and it all starts in the spiritual realm first. So now that I'm even dreaming this stuff, I know to pray like, hey, look, whoever is even thinking they got a position of authority to try to audit me, God, let's go ahead and nip that in the bud. Whoever is trying to bring forth false accusations and allegations against me, let's go ahead and nip that in the bud. Like, I know what to pray now, knowing that he has my back, knowing that he sees me. And even if something does manifest in the physical, knowing that he gonna still somehow make a way for me, because even when the angels were like, we know, in the one dream, they were like, but you do have a little bit of drama swirling around you. And I knew in the dream, like, I know. And so a lot of times that'll make you get on your P's and Q's, especially an audit of any sorts where they're investigating the genuine sincerity or the it's a validity of something. That'll make you get on your P's and Q's, because you don't want to give nobody no grounds to even be able to say they're in a position to audit you again, whether it's spiritually or physically. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So I encourage you to look up all those terms so you understand how those things really do work in like legal proceedings, but also know like it works like that in the spiritual realm too. That's why you got to repent, turn from your sin, all that stuff, so that the devil can't come in and play like that anyways. Do you get what I'm saying? And like I said, be on top of your stuff and don't be out here moving where they even have the grounds to do it. But in some situations and circumstances, they don't have the grounds, and they're still going to try it, but God has the final say. And lastly, just when it comes to like false accusations, especially with me of false prophecy and all of that, the reason it doesn't stick is because the oil that my life produces, it speaks for itself. Right? Like my anointing speaks for itself. And so no matter what they're trying to pin on you, it ain't gonna stick because it's real slippery over here with this oil, right? So you just kind of gotta rest in that. But again, that's one of those things that come with your gifts and stuff anyways. Like when you start to practice them, you start to exercise them, you really get confident in how God has called you, chosen you, how he uses you. It's really hard for that stuff anyways. That's why in the beginning I was saying like, I knew what they was trying to do, but I kept on, I proceeded. And that's what Jesus did too. Like they kept on. Jesus suffered accusations and allegations that were wholeheartedly false, but he kept on, he kept moving forward. Okay, so I don't know who needs that. Again, whether this is happening for you spiritually, legally, or physically, both, all at the same time, whatever, God sees you, he knows your heart, he knows your character, he has angels that are dispatched, assigned to you to help you and all of that too. Okay, and they have your back. Like I have literally been through so much, and today in this moment what I can tell y'all is none of that worked, none of it stuck. You can't, like, it's defamation of character too. That's a phrase, okay? But it does not work. It has never worked, and it will never work, because if God be for me, who can be against me? Okay, so and then they'll find like oh, that was something else I had wrote, especially with the audit. Like you coming after me, and you finna find out that I know the law better than you. And so when you're talking about religion, Jesus is the law perfected. Like you trying to do all that, and you finna fool around and find out that I know the law better than you. Okay, that's a whole gem. That's a whole word. But especially when it comes to audit, because now it's like you was trying to set it up to where I had a consequence or something was taken from me, and now the table's finna flip and you finna have to owe me. And you really should have just left me alone to begin with, right? So people really don't always know what they dealing with, who they playing with, and you gotta be okay with that too. I know it's hard. I can tell y'all this now because of where I am today and how so many things have played out, but they're gonna fool around and find out. Okay, so that's it. That's what I'm gonna talk about. I'll see y'all in the next video.